Joining us now is Indiana head coach Felisha Legette-Jack. Coach Jack enters her sixth season with the Hoosiers and returns 8 letter winners from a season ago. Coach will start with an opening statement and then open it up for questions.
It's just a great day to be a Hoosier. I'm excited about this upcoming season. Why would I say that when I lost 68.7% of my scoring? Well, we didn't do too well last year with that percentage, and so we have 5 new players and a group of 8 that's returning, and the energy level has created some synergy, and we're cautiously optimistic.
All right, we'll take questions.
Good morning, Coach.
Good morning.
How come you never passed the ball in college? I'm sorry.
wait,
Let's
wait,
move on. This season, obviously, a lot of changes, and you just spoke on losing a lot of your scoring. So who is, if you could pick 2 or 3 players that you're looking for to kind of pick up in terms of leadership this season, as well as being a scoring impact in a conference that's going to be very, very competitive?
Oh, our conference is very competitive. My colleagues went out and got some amazing student athletes to represent their institution. You know, I had my best success as a coach when I had no idea who was going to be the scoring leader. When Whitney Thomas and Kim Roberson and Amber Jackson, those young ladies played for me, there was never an idea like who to be that leader, that go-to person. They all collectively decided to come together, and whenever it was their time, they'd show up. Last year, we all knew that Jory Davis was that person, that leader, that go-to person, and it really wasn't good for me. The year before that, it was Jamie Brown, and so now we're back at square one where we don't know who that person is. It's just a group of us that's gonna just kind of roll our sleeves up, bring our lunchbox, and put it down, and try to go to work and just represent Indiana the best we know how.
Hi, Coach. Just wondering, I guess, when you were talking about having that individual that you start to rely on to score like Jory Davis, what's the issue with that? Do you think it's maybe just something where the rest of the team almost stands around and expects, you know, that one player to step up every night? Or what's the advantage maybe of having a team where you don't know who the lead scorer is going to be?
Well, you know, you have different weapons. You know, we certainly went into that season last year thinking Sasha Chaplin was going to be a viable option, Georgie Jones was going to be a viable option, but they both had to nurse knee injuries, and so there was just one person that stood. This year, you know, I think Jasmine McGee knows how to put the ball in the air and get some things done, and Linda Rabin, another junior college kid that's coming in that she hasn't discovered how to pass the ball either, so it's fun in practice. And I think with this particular group, I think that they like the fact there's no go-to, there's no one-woman show, if you will, and they're really having a lot more fun this way. And my hope is to keep this balance.
In such a competitive conference, what do you see, particularly with the personnel you have this year, that has to be your strength? Particularly if you look at last year, what has to change? What do you have to do better overall?
We have to score the basketball. You know, our mantra is our defense. I think that we do a tremendous job defensively. I think we held people to under 64, 65 points. That's not awful. It's not great either. But we couldn't put the ball in the hole enough. You know, Jory led the entire conference in scoring, but there was no second, third, fourth person. And so I think that if we can score the basket a lot better and distribute it around a little bit better, I think that we'll have a lot more fun, for one. Our Hoosier Nation will continue to come out and watch us play, for 2. And I think that we'll win more basketball games if we put the ball in the hole a little bit better.
Hey, Coach. In addition to Jory Davis losing your point guard and Whitney Lindsay, how would you assess that position? Where you feel about the point guard position?
That's critical. You know, all my mentors always say when you have rookie point guards, you're going to struggle a little bit. But somebody forgot to tell Candace Ussery that. We have a young lady coming in from St. Louis who is really an intellectual kid that really understands that, you know, if you go out there and play and they got 5 and we have 5, that we have a chance even though she's a rookie. I think Andrea Neubauer is going to help her grow her. Andrea was here last year, but she had back surgery. and so we didn't really get a chance to see her. I think she's a real confrontational kind of point guard. Reminds me of a Lindsay Whalen, not nearly as talented as her yet, but I think that with her strength and her girth, she gets inside and gets to the free throw line a lot. So we have 2 point guards that we're going to rely on. They're young. It's going to be fun. It's going to be interesting. I'm not certain what's going to be in my water bottle yet. Is it going to be vodka or water? I can't tell you guys. You're the media. And so, but, you know, they keep me guessing and they keep it light. So I'm excited.
Hey, Coach. Can you talk a little bit about the freshmen and the transfers and how important they will be this season in getting that into that rotation pretty early?
Well, it's hard to keep them back. I love what Quenisha McCurdy is bringing. She's a 6'5" kid out of Georgia who really runs the floor like a guard, can handle the ball pretty well. I think that right now her strength is her problem. We have to get her stronger. Jasmine McGee is a phenomenal scorer. She has a knack for it. There's nothing conventional about what she does, but she knows how to finish the play. She knows how to get the ball in the hole. Linda Rabin is that same kind of kid. And I love what Nicole Sterling is going to bring. She's that kid from Virginia that's going to be a confrontational young lady that's going to make people follow her because she has no fear. And then there's a Candace Ussery who's just a real methodical point guard that, you know, that can shoot the three, but also get the ball to the right person. But her strength is going to be a concern at the beginning as well.
Coach, you mentioned the importance of having success in front of Hoosier Nation, and I know that was a struggle with the team last year, obviously losing the last 7 home games hurt. What does it take, I don't know what you tell the team in terms of just kind of building the energy back on the home court?
Well, you know, what we decided to do this year with this young team is take them on the road. Our first 3 or 4 games are on the road. And I think it's a privilege to play in front of your home fan base. And we haven't earned that right to represent. And so we're going to try to go on the road and become road warriors and work on our craft and hope that when we come back home that we'd understand what it's supposed to be like to represent your school at home. And you have to protect home plate any means necessary. And we didn't have that eye of the tiger. We didn't have that fight that I can say I was proud of when we played at home. The road is one thing you can't really control, but home, you have to have a different kind of swagger. And we want to go and earn that right by going on the road this early, and hopefully we can do a better job this upcoming season.
It's a conference full of guards. You just mentioned you have a 6'5" center. Have you, and I know playing in the post is very dear and true to your own heart, having a lot of success there. What kind of emphasis are you putting on playing that game from the inside out? And from a personnel perspective, do you talk to your players about this is a place where you could dominate because there's just not a lot of really aggressive posts this season? We don't have the big Jantel Lavenders anymore.
You sure she's not coming back?
I'm positive. I checked.
Sorry, I couldn't control that. You know, we've always been a team that built our house from the inside out, and we really try to emphasize that. And we even had, you know, with I'm still stuck on the Whitney Thomas era, but, you know, she was 5'11". We believe that inside out was the way you do it. And I like what Sasha's looking like in the gym right now. Sasha Chaplin is back and healthy. Knock on some wood there. And Sidian Dohar is a very confrontational post player. And I love the way Georgie Jones is running the floor. We still have some great players in the post. I love Johnson at Iowa. I love what Mingo does from the inside out from Purdue. And so we can't disregard that this conference is still have some really good post players. But I think that we're going to always be who we are, and we're going to always build from the inside out. Jasmine's going to shoot the ball, Linda's going to shoot the ball, but they better make sure and they see our big kids before they let it go.
Are there any other questions? All right, thanks, Coach.
Thank you guys for all you do for women's basketball.